Lads, welcome back to another Monster Hunter Wilds video. Hope you're doing well. Today, we've got you my first Switch Axe build guide for you, and to be honest, I'm really excited because I've been enjoying Switch Axe this title, and I haven't really delved into it as much as I wanted to in previous titles. So yeah, really happy with the way it plays, and I'm really enjoying the full release spam play style. And this build is kind of all around that, but you can use different ways of playing if you rather play in axe mode, but the optimal way of playing Switch Axe right now is full release. So that being said, let's jump into the build and I'll explain why I'm using certain things and stuff like that. Firstly, let me just quickly turn this dummy off just so before I forget. Agitator off. Cool. Build itself, start off with a weapon, like Agris weapon. This would be the best well, one of the best weapons for Switch Axe if there was better dual economy, just like the Zoshia one, because it has the power file, it has high element, and it has high raw in general, and it has a really good skill, which is convert thunder resistance if you are able to get some thunder resistance in there. I've got 31, I'll explain why it's not higher in a second, but this is the best way I can maximize the damage. The jewel slots itself, we've got a focus 3, a bolt 1, and 3 critical jewels. Of course, critical boost is kind of is meta. You need to slot some in there if you want to get some really good damage. Of course, you can try and just maximize element, but I'm going to explain to you why that's not needed, because we pretty much hit the threshold with Switch Axe by the skills we've already got. So we'll start off with that real quickly. 464 element is what we've got right now. I'm going to explain element and affinity real quickly. Sorry, news claimer, it's not a full element and it's not a full affinity. Clickbait, shoot me. 464 element, as you can see, when we start attacking the dummy, we go up to 604 element, which is almost a cap for Switch Axe, which I said it's 650. So you're pretty much going to be around 605 element 90% of the time when you're playing, which is really good, and that's why we don't need to put in any other jewels up here. If you want to maximize element, change the focus and bolt jewel to 3 bolt jewel with a +1 critical element. This will get you at full 650 element all the time and hit the threshold wherever it is above 650, but you're going to see diminishing returns and you won't get the focus, which I think is like the best comfiest skill you've got for Switch Axe. Again, if you can play about focus, be my guest. I just love having it. I've tried tweaking it. I've actually tried running 2 focus, 3 critical boost on this one, and then 1 critical element. That also works fairly decently, but this way you get a bit more element and you've got the focus 3. It just feels better, but feel free to tinker around with this a little bit. I would still recommend having 3 critical boost in there, no less, just because we are stacking a lot of raw. But again, the side bit is that it has a good amount of element as well. So again, the actual Switch Axe itself has power file. It's the best file type at the moment. There's no need to have element type at the moment, because you can reach the cap really simple. And again, we're stacking raw 90% of the time when we're playing with Switch Axe. Most Switch Axe users will say that, and element right now isn't in a good spot. I will say, if you're fighting a monster which is weak to thunder, this build will outdo Artian. It does. If you are even against a perfectly rolled one, I'm pretty sure it's either better or like just below it. So it's very close. But in terms of normal monsters, the Artian one, of course, is still going to be king, and of course, 2-piece Gormagala, 2-piece Lagaiagris is probably going to be better. But I wanted to find again a build which is slightly different. So let's go into the slots. 2-piece Laggy for that increased 15% affinity when you proc a Zor Bolt, which I'm going to quickly show you now if you don't understand it. There you go, I procced it there, Zor Bolt. I'm on 60 affinity immediately, where I normally start off at 45, but I've got all my skills active, so pretty damn decent. And that's that. The last piece is the funny piece. Of course, we're trying to stack thunder resistance, and we've got -3 to here. It's the piece I needed to maximize burst, and mathematically it gains you more raw. So losing a little bit of element damage to gain quite a substantial amount of raw and that level 2 slot jewel, which I need the burst around this skill set. That's why we're running that, and it still allows us to have 31 resistance to give us a really good proc of thunder damage when we do proc it via the convert thunder resistance. Hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, guys, that's the build. Nothing else to say. If there's any tweaks you would do, definitely let me know. I've got the thunder resistance maxed out here to give you, again, to maximize as much as I can. Maximum might, again, more affinity, good damage here, good damage here. Bit of extra thunder here. I will say, if you've got one jewel, which I don't have, disclaimer, I don't have it, focus, 3, and 1 critical element. I'm not sure if that's even a thing. I don't think it is, but if it is, post it in the comments below, please. That would do more damage in this build, because critical element 1 will give you more element across the hunt, because you've got such high affinity in this build. It's worth putting that in, so that would give you more damage in this. So wanted to put that in there real quickly. I'll leave you with some sort of run against something, maybe it's Red Jaw, I haven't decided yet. But yeah, any tweaks, any thoughts on the build, definitely let me know. Of course, we're running Corrupted Mantle here for more crit. You can run Evasion if you want, but this does more damage. Of course, we're trying to maximize affinity. So, yep, guys, without further ado, if you like the video, definitely leave a like. I'd appreciate it. And until the next one, peace.